This is a Windows Phone 7 game review of Drift Mania Championship, which is available in the marketplace for only 99 cents right now. So the game doesn't have a free trial, so if you want to know if it's worth getting, you should definitely check out this review. So it's got a number of modes: tournament, championship, even multiplayer mode where you can challenge a friend, but the heart of the game is of course the career mode here. And you have a variety of cars you can choose, and you use money to buy them, and you collect money by racing. So they got a big variety of various cars there. You can just start off with the default car and get pretty far. And you also have control over upgrades. You can even control the weight distribution of the vehicle, shock stiffness, and install the various upgrade parts. Like you can buy some better motor oil, which really doesn't make any performance difference, but in their mind it does. And you use your cash for that. You also have handling upgrades like improved handbrake, suspension, and also drivetrain like flywheel, and various options there. So some good customization there. And then in terms of races, you got a lot of different tracks here. You have 12 different tracks that you unlock by completing all the tracks, and on each track you have to complete 4 out of the 5 objectives in order to unlock the next track. So that actually becomes pretty challenging, and I spent at least 30 minutes on some tracks trying to complete all 4, because it's usually this last one right here, doing a 35,000 point combo. That one's really tough. Or you can drift for 35 seconds, which is also really tough. So it makes it pretty challenging, and if you spend 30 minutes on each track, you're getting 6 hours of lasting value, and that's just out of the career mode. So some really good lasting value in this game. But the real question is, how does it play? Does it handle well? Is it fun? And in general, yeah, it's pretty fun. It's not very realistic. It's not like Gran Turismo or anything. It's quite effortless to drift through these corners, whereas in real life it'd actually be really challenging to drift this well. So you can really easily slide through the corners. You don't even need to use your handbrake to initiate a drift, so that's pretty fake. It practically feels like your car's on dirt with how easily it slides, or the tires are just so stripped to the... like, they must have no tread left at all. But either way, it drifts really easily. And the goal is to try to drift as much in those marked painted sections as possible, because you get extra drift bonuses. And the longer you keep your drift going like this, you start to get that drift combo. But if you hit the side of the track or go off course, you lose those points. So it encourages you to try to drive well. And those drift combos are the tough things that you have to do to complete or to unlock the next level. You have to get 35,000 of those points by drifting in a row in order to advance to the next course. So it definitely challenges you. The other ones involve just staying on the track and not going onto the dirt and completing the race, and that's really easy to do, so those are pretty easy. And overall, the handling feels decently realistic. The tilt controls work well. There's also some different touch controls you can play around with, and I haven't tried those because I really liked the tilt controls. They seem to work well. And for the throttle, you actually have control over how much the throttle is going. So that's pretty rare in phone games, and that's pretty nice. You actually have full control over the vehicle. The handbrake, I don't know, the car just doesn't react realistically. I mean, you can't even do like a 180-degree turnaround. So it's not very realistic. But it is pretty fun, and it's pretty satisfying just trying to slide your car around. And it becomes very challenging trying to rack up those combos and keeping your drift going like this. So overall, it actually is a pretty fun racing game. It's not perfectly simulator style, but if you'd like to have some fun and screw around drifting, it's a pretty good title. The music, there's also some music in the game, and that sounds pretty good. And the sound effects sound pretty good. You can hear the car shifting and everything. You can hear turbos kicking in. So overall, it's a pretty well made game. The visuals, they look pretty good. You got some drifting smoke coming up from the tires there. And you also have the tread marks that are left on the ground there. And the environment looks pretty nice too. The frame rate is really smooth. It makes for a really good experience here. And at the end of levels, you also get to watch a replay. Unfortunately, you can't save replays, which would be really nice because it'd be great to actually get to re-watch the replays. You can only watch them once. But there's the replays, and the visuals look pretty good. So for 99 cents, this game is a pretty good deal. Online mode unfortunately never let me connect with anyone, so I haven't been able to test that, but the main focus of the game is definitely the career mode. Practice mode also lets you jump into any of the tracks you've already unlocked and play around. And the first track you unlock is just a basic circle here in a parking lot, so you can have plenty of fun drifting around or just knocking over these barriers here. And finally, tournament mode throws you up against a competitor, and you have to try to drift and beat their drift. So that mode actually becomes really fun because you can see how the computer drifts through sections, and you can learn quite a bit from it. As you can see, the computer's pretty good at holding those drifts there. Overall, Drift Mania Championship is actually a pretty good game, and for 99 cents, it's a definite buy. If you like cars and you like racing, you'll have fun with it. Don't expect the perfect simulator style racing, but expect to have some fun in Drift Mania Championship 2.